His mom allegedly took away his phone as punishment. In retaliation, he destroyed the entire house.
How is this even possible, bro? Did you... Did this nigga take a bite out of the island? Yo, you might just gotta give back the phone. Not gonna lie. Yo, YouTube, what's going on, y'all? It's Mitch, and I'm back with another video. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is back in style. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna do too much talking, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. But like, comment, subscribe, and viewing the vids. All of this stuff y'all do not have to do. And from the bottom of my heart, it means the world to me that y'all enjoy my videos. It really does. I love y'all. Y'all know my heart beat is beating for y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make my day every single day, man. Today we have how brain rot is destroying the world. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Appreciate y'all choosing my video to watch. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you'll see every single time I post. Comment hashtag road to 110K. It's really on the way. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we're gonna stop all that talking and get right into the video. How internet brain rot destroyed Gen Alpha. Is it just Gen Alpha though?
We cannot raise a generation of kids that are this tuned out, that are this rude, that are this violent.
I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
People have been sharing videos of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them.
What's wrong?
I want an iPad.
This is a meltdown. You would have hated to see me when I got my phone took. When I was coming up, when I got my little Kindle took, bro, it was bad. Like, I remember one time I started banging my head against the cabinet. Like, y'all ever did that as a kid? You know, you used to get so mad as a kid, you start like punching yourself or something. Like, yo, I started tweaking. Like, bro, I remember one time my mom literally threw my phone out the window while we were driving home, bro. I started tweaking. Yo, I started tweaking. This is nothing. This is really tame. I'm talking about, boy, I used to start punching holes through the drywall. I don't think this has anything to do with brain rot, because I was doing this on a much larger scale before TikTok was even a thing.
As a 12-year-old, the internet taught me too many things I shouldn't know. It has completely ruined me, and I have serious mental health issues. This is just one of the many horror stories about brain rot destroying Generation Alpha.
Well, I think that's everybody. We all know way too much. The internet has taught everybody things they shouldn't know, and especially now we have AI. I'm ashamed to say it, but the other day, I talked to this AI for like 30 minutes just to see what's going on. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's over. Theoretically, if you wanted to plan out a crime, you could plan it out perfectly. It like gives you access to intelligence you wouldn't have otherwise. If you can't draw, AI gives you the ability to draw. It gives you the ability to do stuff that you would need that skill for otherwise. It just basically makes it where everything is possible for everybody. They just drop like cheats. Now you don't have to learn the skill. You don't have to be smart to come up with smart stuff. The most specific random question she had an answer for. That's like they just gave us all Jarvis. Like, you know, the nigga that Iron Man used to talk to in the suit? Everybody has Jarvis now, which is not a good thing, because the same way somebody out there is going to use it for something really good, somebody out there is going to use it for something really bad. I do think that the internet is probably a cause of most people's mental health issues though. Like, if the internet went away today, a lot of people wouldn't need their meds anymore. If we couldn't see what everyone else was doing, we wouldn't be as stressed as we are, I promise you.
It's gotten so bad that the Oxford Dictionary made brain rot the 2024 word of the year.
This is a sign of the times, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever plot twist is coming, the end of the world, the apocalypse, it was in front of our faces the whole time. This was a blaring red flag when brain rot got named the word of the year by Oxford Dictionary. Like, this is a sign that we as a collective, humanity as a whole, we are too far gone.
But although everyone is complaining about brain rot, most people still don't understand what it is exactly or how much damage it's causing. Today, we'll break it down like never before and show with proof how brain rot is destroying an entire generation. The disturbing rise of brain rot. Brain rot is the idea that exposure to certain content can turn you into an idiot. It's based on the belief that the internet is rotting the brains of kids who spend too much time watching videos online.
Gen Alpha content is some of the most incoherent brain dead I've ever seen in my life, okay? Like, I can physically feel my brain cells frying every second I spend watching them.
But this isn't just
No, like for real. The main question that people always ask me is why I don't post on TikTok no more. And this is literally why, because I don't even open the app. Every single second I'm on that app, I feel myself getting dumber. It's not even funny. I low-key like despise that app now. I can't lie. It's pure brain rot. It's not even English that niggas speak on there anymore. We got like a whole new language. What are we talking about? I was on there for 1 second the other day and I seen a nigga say he was thug maxing. And he was so serious. And the people in the comments were like co-signing. Like, that's the thing. I'll say something so utterly stupid. And I open up the comment section thinking that people are going to be saying the same thing. And nah, they're all like, yeah, bro. And there's some people who just sit there and scroll that out all day. And you can tell. It's like I have to pay in brain cells to use that app.
some theory. A mom saw it happen to her own sons. When the boys were toddlers, she would play videos on her iPad to keep them calm and entertained. It worked so well that she started
Yo, they know ball though. Hold on, bro.
play videos on her iPad to keep them calm and entertained. It worked so
Yo, you know ball, you know ball. That's an all-time, all-star mobile game right there, bro. I'm talking about that one's up there with Jetpack Joyride and Gangster Vegas. If you know, you know. If you wasn't playing that little skateboard game, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
well that she started calling the iPad Peace in a Pocket.
Sometimes you have an important phone call or you've got a parent-teacher interview or whatever that you just can't be interrupted in, and it's so easy. It's peace in a pocket.
But that peace didn't last. By the time her sons were 9 and 7, they were exhibiting disturbing behavior. The boys didn't want to do anything except watch videos online and play games. They didn't even want to go to school or do homework. And when she tried to take the screens away, this happened.
And they would become sort of aggressive and throw tantrums and that sort of thing if they'd played for ages and ages.
She ended her story with a warning for other parents.
There is something about it that changes their brain.
And she was absolutely right. Researchers found that
I don't think this is just like a Gen Alpha thing. Like I said, you should have seen me when my mom took my Kindle away. You know, when you get to tweaking so bad, even your siblings are like just kind of in awe. Like your mom is just like, whoa, you know? You're really wilding right now. I know them little boys wasn't crashing like me. From what I just seen him stand up there whining, he has nothing on me. This is nothing. If you think this is bad, you weren't ready for me. I'm talking about punching a hole through the drywall, blood curdling screams. You would have thought I just got threw off a cliff. Well, I was in there screaming for my Kindle back.
too much screen time physically changes kids' brains.
One result that keeps showing up, parts of the brain related to reading, language, and decision making are often weaker in kids who have more screen time.
This shrinking of the brain is what we call brain rot, and by the time parents notice, it's already too late.
What's wrong?
I want an iPad. I really want an iPad.
One mom shared a story about her 7-year-old daughter who got an iPad for Christmas. No one realized how addicted this girl was until her birthday party. The house was full of guests, presents, and cake, but none of it mattered. The girl did not talk to any children invited and spent the entire party playing Roblox on her iPad. Generation Alpha is defined as those born from 2010 to 2024. From the moment they could hold one, these kids had iPads in their hands. That's why they've been hit the hardest by brain rot.
She knew exactly how to start it up. She knew from the get-go.
From the moment she wakes up, Violet Bolton can't wait to get on her iPad.
But that's the thing though. I feel like the kids now, there's nowhere for them to be kids at. When we was kids, we had like actual kid shows. Y'all remember those actual kid cartoons like Tom and Jerry? You know what I'm saying? Wonder Pets, Looney Tunes. That's the stuff we used to be watching. Actual kid cartoons, bro. I can even go deeper. Like our game, we had like Animal Jam, Club Penguin, like actual kid games. There was no way to get brain rot on Animal Jam. Like it was actually for kids. Now the kids are watching 20v1s and baddies. It's no more spaces where a kid can actually be a kid. So it's like the kids are aging way faster mentally. Like I'm so serious, bro. You go talk to like a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old. They're looking for their next fit for the gram. You know, like when I was 4 or 5, I wasn't thinking about my next fit for the gram. I wasn't thinking about nothing when I was 4. I don't even think I had unlocked consciousness yet at 4. I think that didn't happen for me till around like 7 or 8. You know, these kids are like 3 years old talking talking about designer. They don't even know what side of the world they're on, but they know how many bodies their favorite rapper got. Like, it's bad, bro. We're cooked. I don't see a world where like the generation alpha are the adults. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that world prospering. I don't see that. I don't see us getting that far. Having a job is like taboo now. How does a world function where the idea of having a job is like taboo? We're gonna implode.
There are about 2 billion Gen Alphas living in the world. What happens when these brain rot kids step into the real world? iPad kids. Studies show that kids who spend too much time online are more defiant and rude to their parents. A perfect example of this happened on a flight from Germany in August 2017. A mother and her child boarded the plane, and right away, you could tell this was an iPad kid. The moment they sat down, the mother asked the flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so her child could use their iPad. We don't know if the Wi-Fi was turned on or not, but as soon as the plane took off, all hell broke loose.
The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with non-stop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing. They even covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old.
No matter what anyone did, the child wouldn't calm down.
But he was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles.
Some people say the solution is simple. Punish the kid. Spank them. Take away their devices. But what happens when the kid isn't small anymore? Like this 15-year-old Gen Alpha boy who...
Yo, I would low-key, I don't know what I would have, because like you can't even put them off the fly. Like we're in the air. We're 40,000 feet up in the sky. I've been on 2 flights in my life at this point, and I was blessed to not have to endure the crying child on a flight. I'm sure it's a canon event. I'm sure eventually I'm gonna have to experience that. Have any of you ever been on a plane when someone was screaming the whole time? And it's like, damn, everybody like me mugging the mom. It's just low-key nothing she could do, bro. Like all she can do is give him the spanking of a lifetime when they get back. But if she just starts ripping out the craziest spanking in the middle of the flight, they might have called CPS on her, bro. You know how people be when they see you spanking your child. If you remember how it used to be back in the day, if anyone saw you getting a spanking while you were out, it was a chance that they might call CPS. No cap. The whole time that kid bad as hell and he needed spanking. So it probably wasn't even nothing she could do. Like she want him to shut up too. Everybody mean mugging her. They saying little slick shit.
He was 6 feet tall and 270 pounds. In September 2022, his mom allegedly took away his phone as punishment. In retaliation, he destroyed the entire house.
How is this even possible, bro? I didn't even know the fridge could do this. Yo, now I ain't never used to do this. This is OD. He wasn't gonna be able to talk to his girl. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only thing I'm thinking of that could make you act like this. What possibly could be in your phone that would make you act like this, bro? Like this is how you act when your little girlfriend and your little boyfriend, you're not gonna be able to talk to them for the weekend. No cap. That's what it was. He wasn't gonna be able to go to sleep on the phone with his little girlfriend. If I was a parent, I don't know. Can you give a 15-year-old up for adoption? I mean, this is crazy. We would have had to start having them talks, having those discussions, those adoption discussions, those orphanage conversations. We would have had to start having those talks. I would have called DFACS myself and told them I am not fit. I'm not fit. You need to take my kids away. Did you? How is that possible? Who the fuck is your child? Is Hulk your kid? Did this nigga take a bite out of the island? Yo, you might just gotta give back the phone. I'm not gonna lie. At some point, you give Brody the phone back. He run that shit, not you. It gets to a point when he starts pulling the fridge off the wall, taking a bite out of the island. You gotta give the phone back. I ain't gonna lie. As soon as he did this, you brought here. This is crazy, bro. You have an island in your house. You know how crazy this is, bro.
Desperate for help, his mother started a GoFundMe to raise money for repairs. But when people started criticizing her son for being spoiled, she tried to change the story. She posted another video saying her son was mentally ill and that his meltdown wasn't over a phone, but the internet wasn't buying it. They thought she was only saying that so more people could feel sorry for her and donate. But this kind of aggression...
No, you do have some sort of mental issues if you, for any reason, decide to take a bite out of the island. There's nothing that should lead you to that conclusion. I mean, I don't even understand how. Because even if he broke it with his hands, how would you do that? Like, it was literally like carved, bro. How did he do that?
from kids is everywhere now, even in schools.
I've had a student throw chairs at me and shoes because I asked them to get their math book out, but they didn't want to.
And nothing triggers aggression faster than a parent taking away the iPad.
What? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
People have been sharing videos of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them. I mean, this one is literally picking up a chair to throw it.
But Gen Alpha kids who aren't lashing out are facing a different emotional problem: depression. In 2021, researchers found that high school kids who spend too much time on TikTok experience memory loss, depression, stress, and anxiety. Sometimes even healthy teens start believing they have a mental disorder just because they saw it on TikTok.
Important story for parents to hear. Rise in teens on TikTok self-diagnosing themselves with rare mental health disorders, in most cases that they don't have, after watching videos on the social platform.
But it doesn't stop at wrong diagnoses. In one bizarre case, teens actually developed physical symptoms.
Teenage girls showing up at their doctor's office with these strange tics, these strange movements and jerking movements. Nobody could figure out why.
Doctors were baffled. It took a team of investigative reporters to solve the mystery.
According to a recent Wall Street Journal article, doctors say all the girls have one thing in common. They're watching TikTok videos of people with Tourette's syndrome, which is a neurological.
Yo, you know how mad I would be if I actually had Tourette's and there's like people out here like, yo, don't piss me off. But it's actually crazy what your mind can do. Like, if people really understood the power of your mind, like, you can literally get rich with your mind. If you truly believe something to be real, it will become real. And I'm dropping some real game right now, but I'm telling y'all from experience, if you truly believe, like if you actually trick your mind into thinking that something is reality, it will become reality, bro. They probably actually develop tics if they actually convince themselves that they had Tourette's. You can do that with anything in life. If you actually convince yourself that you are rich, you will eventually become rich. You convince yourself that you're sick, you're gonna actually start feeling sick. But I don't feel like this is TikTok. I feel like this has always been a thing. This all started with ADHD, the ADHD surge. If you were there for that, you were there for that when everybody was swearing they had ADHD. I mean, that probably still goes on, but it used to be really bad back in the day. Like when I was in like middle school, it was like this, like it hit the streets like crack in the 80s, the ADHD wave. Like, I feel like people sometimes diagnose themselves with some mental illness because they feel like that makes them more interesting. I feel like that's always going to be a phenomenon. TikTok could definitely be making it worse because I've never heard this phenomenon happen with Tourette's. I mean, I feel like you would know if you have Tourette's. It wouldn't be up in the air. You wouldn't need TikTok to know if you have Tourette's.
Disorder that can cause physical tics.
No wonder TikTok is called the worst social media platform of all. It's pure brain rot. This next brain rot problem destroys the innocence of kids. Inappropriate content for kids. Kids who spend all their time online don't have to go looking for adult content. It finds them. First, they stumble upon viral memes that might be funny for an adult, but can be extremely harmful for a child. For example, there are plenty of instances of children quoting the Haktua meme without understanding what it means. There's even a children's song about Haktua that stayed up on YouTube Kids for 3 days. We've also seen kids making jokes about P. Diddy and baby oil. That's not something a child should know about, but inappropriate jokes are just the beginning. Once a kid falls into toxic content, it only gets worse. Some as young as 9 are addicted to mature videos. Others watch real.
This was never not a problem. Like, TikTok didn't start this, bro. Let's be for real. This makes me specifically think of when I was like a little kid on YouTube. It used to be this channel of popular songs and the lyrics would be so inappropriate. And like, we used to like all watch the videos and talk about them at school. And it was just like, nigga, we had no business watching that, listening. Like, those lyrics were wildly inappropriate, but what are you gonna do?
Real life gore and fetish content. And this exposure changes them. They start talking and acting differently.
Alright, well, I wasn't watching gore. I don't know what y'all got going on. And if you are someone who watches that, you're not cool, you're not different, you're not mysterious, you're genuinely a weirdo. You're such a loser. And it's so unfortunate that you didn't have any friends as a kid. And so you feel like you had to do shit like that to feel like you were interesting and different. You were just dying to be different. Dying to be different. You're not like edgy, bro. You're a loser, bro. You are. And that's that's just what it is.
Some get so edgy they want to get physical with the cops.
And then he has to provide his
Yeah, you know what? Y'all know what? The police, the Freemasons suck my.
Although TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter try to filter the worst content, kids still find it because they're always online. Before we explain the next way brain rot is destroying Generation Alpha, there's one question we need to answer. If brain rot content is so bad, why do creators keep making it? Getting rich from brain rot. Brain rot isn't just about too much screen time. It's also about the fast, flashy content kids watch online that messes with their brains.
You can use it in two ways. You could say, that's brain rot.
Yes.
Or you can say, that video gave me brain rot. Two ways.
While brain rot content is
Like, listen, we're really having a sit-down debate on a talk show about brain rot. This is a sign of the times here. If you don't see it, I don't know what we'll show you, bro.
is destroying Gen Alpha, it's making those creating it filthy rich. Let's look at the numbers, starting with one of the worst offenders, CoComelon. Right now, CoComelon's YouTube channel has 189 million subscribers and 1,400 videos. And those videos have been watched 196 billion times. And every single one of those views puts money in their pockets. However, their biggest payday came in 2021 when the studio behind CoComelon was sold for $3 billion.
Oh, they could have got way more, bro. Come on, never sell, bro. Come on, they could have got way more than 3 billion, bro. I thought they were gonna say like 40 billion, bro. CoComelon? Like, if you ever hear little kids, like parents talk, they're talking about CoComelon, bro. 3 billion is not nearly enough. Not in this economy.
But CoComelon isn't the only show cashing in on brain rot. According to Forbes, the Baby Shark dance video earns around $283,000 each month. That's about $9,400 a day. We can't talk about brain.
Maybe I need this. I don't know, chat. I don't know if y'all ever see me out here doing some crazy things. Baby shark, you know, baby moose or something. I don't know. If you ever see me out here making some stupid ass content, mind your business. Bro, the baby shark video has been a thing since before I even graduated high school, bro. I mean, I might have even still been in middle school when the baby shark video dropped. How is it still getting that much screen time?
Brain rot shows without Skibbity Toilet.
I mean, how many times can you watch it? I'm genuinely confused. Like, that's mind-blowing, bro.
It's a nonsensical YouTube series about toilets with human heads in the bowls, but it gets over 30 million views per video and could earn up to $23 million per year from YouTube alone. But it's not just videos. Even social media platforms are worsening brain rot by making their apps more addictive. Scrolling on TikTok has been compared to playing a slot machine in a casino. Every short video gives a tiny hint of dopamine, making users more addicted. Now, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are copying TikTok, pushing short videos to keep people hooked. And it's paying off. Here's a table showing how much social media platforms earn in 2024. It ranges from $800 million to 80 billion. Despite the warnings, nobody is.
I don't know, bro. I just can't. Like, I used to be so addicted to TikTok, but it's like after you get off of TikTok for a long time, you can't. It's like soda. Like, once you stop drinking soda, you can't go back. Like, no matter how much I try. I went through a phase when I tried to make myself get re-addicted to TikTok so I could start back posting on there. I just couldn't. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like soda. If you take a long break, like a 3-4 month break from TikTok, you will kill your addiction. You really will. Because it won't hit the same after it. I'm still thinking about the toilets with the heads in them, though. There's some kid out there who is genuinely entertained by that. That's genuinely entertaining to them. Those heads sticking out of the toilets. That was really a crazy watch. They felt that after that video. And like I said, sign of the times, recession indicator. You know what I'm saying? We're headed for a really dark time.
Stopping. If anything, they're doubling down because brain rot is a gold mine. This next problem is serious because it affects Gen Alpha's daily life. A generation that can't communicate. Watch this video and see if you understand what this kid is saying.
Diddities and diddy men, keep your phantom high, but sigma's higher. And remember, it's just alcohol.
Sounds like complete.
Remember what I said earlier about them having their own language? I was not playing. I'm so serious. There's like a whole new variation of English that these niggas speak on TikTok. Like, I'm scrolling through and the terms, like, they got terms for regular stuff. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. There's so many new words. That's the thing with TikTok. It has an ability that I've never seen before. It makes new words as far as we are into the simulation. 2025. And like, TikTok is pumping out new words. I mean, I feel like that's on the same level as like if we were making new colors. Like, that's impossible. You're thinking like, how could we make a new color? All the colors are already made. That's how I feel about TikTok making new words like skibbity. Like, that's a word now. It has a meaning and everything.
Nonsense, right? But believe it or not, this is how many Gen Alpha kids talk now. It's called brain rot slang.
I do a GRWM for my OOTD, but I don't have the proper ring like they tell me I need.
The slang only makes sense if you're deep into online culture. Otherwise, it's gibberish. It's so frustrating that a TV show host brought her own Gen Alpha son on live television just to explain this bizarre way of speaking.
When you say skibbity toilet, what are you talking about? Are you just talking about that? Or is it just a funny thing to say?
But every brain rot word has a meaning. Riz is short for charisma, only in Ohio refers to anything that's strange or random. And skibbity can mean good, cool, bad, evil, or dumb, depending on the context. There are so many of these terms that someone started a brain rot dictionary to keep track. But brain rot slang is not a laughing matter. Many teachers have noticed that kids who speak brain rot struggle to switch back to normal English. It's like they're forgetting how to talk properly. But at least teenagers can still talk. Toddlers, on the other hand, are losing their ability to speak at all.
You got to really think about the implications of this. Like, we are dead ass headed into a point of life where there's going to be a big ass chunk of people who don't know how to speak. Like, I remember I seen this one nigga make a video, this teacher, he was saying like the kids can't read. They don't even know what side of the world they're on. They don't know what continent they're on. They don't know what country they're in. But I bet you they know how many bodies this rapper got. Like, I bet you they can tell you that word for word, bro. They turn into Professor Doolittle when it comes to talk about bodies and who in the streets, who beefing with who. But niggas don't even know what side of the world they on. Like, it's bad. We're gonna get into that point, bro, when like it's gonna be a chunk of people who don't know anything.
My mother shared her experience with CoComelon, one of the worst brain rot shows. My youngest was watching CoComelon almost every day, and I just thought he was taking a bit longer with his speech. But after I cut it out, his speech picked up almost instantly. He started saying simple words like mama and dada that he hadn't said before. There's a reason for this. For starters, the scenes in CoComelon change every 1 to 3 seconds.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
It's so fast that kids barely have time to process what's happening on screen. Secondly, the colors in CoComelon are at maximum saturation, which can overwhelm a child's developing brain. Last but not least, CoComelon has repetitive songs and high-pitched sounds, all designed to grab and hold a child's focus.
And all of that is happening simultaneously. The child is being overstimulated.
And that
Yo, I got overstimulated just from that. Like, that was too fast for even me. And I'm a 21-year-old adult. Like, that was just too much. You gotta think these developers, like, they go and study kids' brains. And they perfectly craft a show that's designed to make them just sit there and watch it. Like, there's some evil ass people out there, bro.
Stimulation comes with consequences.
Instead of the child singing along or, rehearsing the lessons in the show, they are just mesmerized by what is happening. All of the different senses that are being stimulated in the moment of watching, and it actually causes them to become nonverbal.
It's a national crisis. A 2023 survey found that 1 in 5 children were behind with their talking and understanding of words. That's the highest number ever recorded. Talking is how people express themselves. So what happens when an entire generation grows up only knowing how to speak in brain rot? Or worse, what happens when they can't speak at all? Following the cool kids. Brain rot has trained Gen Alpha not to think. So when a new TikTok trend goes viral, they don't stop to ask, is this a bad idea? They just jump in, and sometimes it ends in disaster. Take the outlet challenge. Kids were shoving coins into electric.
Am I just not on TikTok, or this is just not a thing? Like, there's no way that this somehow turns into a TikTok trend. Stuffing a coin into an outlet. What's the trend? electrocuting yourself. New TikTok trend, electrocuting yourself. That's basically what this is. There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way that you don't do this and expect to get electrocuted. You like, is that the video? Getting my reaction to getting electrocuted? I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. I refuse to believe that this became a trend.
Sockets just to make sparks fly, or the Devious Licks challenge, where kids film themselves stealing from their own schools, and those who got caught got in trouble.
Friend's been expelled from school for riding his scooter after hours and stealing a handicap parking sign from the school.
And worst of them all,
what a dumb ass reason to get expelled. What a yo. I remember I almost got expelled. If you know, you know. That's like one of the most devastating things that can happen to you as a kid. Like if you get expelled, that's like, bro, getting exiled from your village. Like it's like the highest level of punishment that you could ever get. I remember that day when they sat me down and called my mom and was saying we're gonna start having those expulsion talks. My heart dropped to my feet. Cause I was like, damn, I really did it this time. Like you might have to go to an alternative school. Like it's just not.
The blackout challenge. That one was fatal. This isn't just about dumb TikTok trends. It's about an entire generation of kids losing their ability to learn. The dumb generation. Brainrot has messed with Gen Alpha's brains so badly, they can't even study.
We are in a crisis mode in American schools.
On TikTok, videos about Gen Alpha struggling to read have almost 417 million views.
I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
Even the kids who can read can only handle simple sentences or scan headlines, but ask them to read something longer or more complex, they shut down. And then there's the problem of low attention spans.
No, this is real though. I see this online a lot too, bro. Like somebody will write a comment that's like 2 sentences and somebody will reply like, I'm not reading all that. Bro, it's 2 sentences. Somebody will put like a sentence and a half and somebody will go, oh, you wrote an essay, bro. It's like 14 words, bro. What do you mean? Like, do y'all really understand the implications of this? The world is going to implode in itself. When these kids get old enough to the point where it's like they are them and everyone after them are like the majority of the adults, that's when the world is going to implode. I genuinely think that that's when the world is going to end. How can it function? Jobs are taboo. Everyone wants to be a rapper. And they're just passing these kids along too. Because what you going to do? Hold everybody back? You can't do that. No one can read. So it's got to a point now where it's like, do kids even still get kept back? When I was in school and stuff, it was like getting to the point where they were low-key stopping doing that. Like it had to be, if you got held back, you were beyond saving. Like if they held you back, they wouldn't hold anyone back.
They can't even attend to a video. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip. I can play it. I can tell them what it's going to be about. I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about.
As if being distracted and unable to read wasn't bad enough, Gen Alpha is also making their teachers' lives miserable.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up.
In 2023, reading and math.
And teachers do not get paid enough for this. Like for how bad kids are today, I can see why. Like we're gonna get to a point where it's not gonna be nobody to teach. They're gonna have to start just letting random people teach.
Math scores among 13-year-olds in the US fell to their lowest levels in decades. That's solid proof brainrot is destroying the education of an entire generation.
And we are expecting them to go to college and obtain jobs when they cannot even comprehend basic skills.
Brainrot content won't disappear because it's too profitable. But parents can control what their kids watch, and that choice changes everything. More importantly, kids need time away from their screens. And if you're Gen Alpha and you're watching this, here's my advice. Don't let brainrot ruin your future.
Hope y'all enjoyed today's video, man. I appreciate y'all choosing my video to watch. It means the world to me. You watching my video this far, just know that means the world to me. That you watch my video all the way to the end. That's real love, man. You know my heartbeat. It's beating for y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all staying safe. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you'll see every single time I post. Comment hashtag road to 110K in the comment section. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. And I'm so for real.